Now then, sir, I'm sure all of you are aware that the new patch has dropped and the meta has absolutely been shaken up by it. All the new cards, well, vast majority of the new cards are really, really good. And I was trying a lot of things on first day. And as some of you probably know, I was super excited for the vampires. And there will be a video coming on vampires. I want to do it right at the weekend. I played a few games and I want to get it right, if that makes sense. Maybe it'll be Sundays, maybe Tuesdays, but I want to really finely tune it before I put it out. But I did have an idea, and it is as degenerate as I expected. So it's no unit scoia'tael, would you believe it? I always kind of enjoyed playing this deck, mainly because it just counters control, because control just can't do anything. And basically, what we've done is using Eldain instead of Gord as a big finisher, because Eldain comes down as a 6, transforms all of your sprung traps into 3s. So, a good Gord would come down 12, 13 points, so really you only need 2 traps to flip, and you're pretty happy. And in this list, we are running an incinerating trap, a crushing trap, pitfall, serpent trap, and Hattori, who can make a trap. So, in a perfect world where you play all of those in round 3 and you use Eldain, Eldain's a 21-point finisher, which is kind of insane. And the kind of good part about this is because the traps aren't just operating for that finisher, they're actually doing something during the round. You can kind of use them as your interaction, I guess. General way I've tried to play this is we're maybe using 1 or 2 traps in round 1 if the hand's a little clunky, but really we're looking to use Sabertooth and bombs and Madoc and Pyrotechs, all that kind of stuff to win round 1. And round 2 we just want to dry pass. We just want to get our hand together, get all the traps together, and spring them all with Eldain. So I have seen that a few people have tried this kind of thing. I don't think I was the only person that could sort of instantly spotted the potential here. I've seen a few people have tried it with precision strikes, and people have tried it with Deadeye's ambush. I did make a hybrid Deadeye's list, and that did really well. I'll do a video on that if people are interested in that. That was getting 85% win rate, but people are testing stuff, so to be expected. But this list did really, really well. I think I went about, I think it was 78% win rate on the night, so yeah, really, really strong. And the good thing is, compared to new decks, plays exactly how Unitless did before. You just don't play anything that your opponent can do with what they're doing, play a massive finisher, jobs are good. But yeah, I just quickly wanted to say I'm ridiculously happy with this patch. Very, very good, and I hope that this kind of thing will continue into the future. I think Gwent kind of needs this. If they're dropping expansions every few months, we need some cards in between to stop the meta going stale. But I won't go on too much. As always, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe if you want to see more content. Really, really helps me out. And I'll go into the games. I don't know if they've fixed the iced and what's his name? Lippy interaction. I really hope so. But either way, Blaze of Glory is really strong at the moment. So we'll just have to see how we get on. Drop Pitfall and drop you. Okay. We have a couple of traps. This is kind of what I was saying about in the intro, we don't really want the traps early because we want to be using them later on. But we have enough in the way of stuff to do in this early round. We may want to bleed if we suspect an ice or something's coming. See if we can maybe get some of that key stuff out, but if not, I think we're usually fine. If we can get, well-timed serpent trap, pitfall trap, that kind of thing going. Yeah, so we'll just chill on that. We'll just Pyrotech as well. Was considering bombing that, but yeah, so we got hit, mate, that's fine. So we want to kill this just because bomb's a little awkward. Pyro is a bit awkward, sorry, in that, you know, if it hit the Brockvar, then it gets buffed, and then it's out of bomb range, and then we need to use leader ping, and then we're leader ping down, so yeah, we'll have to see. But I don't want to jinx it, but this round looks like it's won, because there's just nowhere to develop onto the board here.
Children, elders.
Yeah, so we'll just trigger that, and we'll just use up a bomb. Really not too fussed about that. We may end up using an era for Maxi. Maxi really helps. I didn't actually speak about this in the intro, but Maxi really helps because we really want the traps in the later rounds. Being able to look at our hand really helps. You know, we can quite consistently look and say, okay, we're going to get this many traps, we want to rejig it and try again, or, you know, just leave it alone if we're going to get a good hand. And here I'm actually looking like we might be passing anytime now. That's not much at all, is it? That is not much at all. Right, have you got 13 points? I doubt it. Okay, we'll ask either a huge commitment, or we either win or even, or lose 2 cards down. So either way, as long as we get last say, I'm kind of happy, because we should be able to deny them ever getting, you know, good target for Blaze of Glory, because, you know, we're going to wait like to Synthesis, card be hit. We want to get Maxi out. Geralt Professional's a bit pathetic to hit since it's a 3 power body. Eldain obviously is a 6, but, you know, it's not 12, so you're not getting full Blaze of Glory value. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. But yeah, from the looks of this, I don't think they've got it, because, you know, they need a fair bit. They need 14 points from 1 card. Yeah, we're not even. Good. Very good. So the aim here is we're just going to bleed down until we get to important stuff in effect. And we'll just dig about, see what we can find. Okay, it's a lot of the good stuff. Obviously we are missing the traps, so we'll play out Pyrotech. We'll probably play out Geralt. We'll probably Anira for maybe Maxi. Maybe a bomb, we'll see. But yeah, the aim here is just see what we can get out of them, you know. We really don't lose a whole lot by playing out stuff here, like, yeah, there's not a whole lot to lose. So yeah, we'll go Maxi. Right, so we're going to have these 3 in hand, and we can do 1 mulligan for making a bomb, and then an era for Pitfall. So actually, we don't want to do anything with that. Okay, that's perfect. This is a good one to get. I just double checked I was recording, because this is kind of like the ideal game plan. I mean, no doubt I'm going to end up losing it and then mold a little bit, but all right. So we have the option to pass here. Just considering if we want to. So whether I value Geralt, because I don't really think I do. I mean, I don't know, Geralt's not bad. I think we just take the card advantage. Obviously, I would like to get more stuff out, but yeah, because like here, if we played in there, you know, he probably just plays the Bear Witch Adept, and then if we then pass, they're even on cards. Right, so we can mulligan once if we want to. Oh no, if we mulligan once, we get Serpent Trap. So it's maybe Geralt that goes. and we don't want to mulligan again because then we'll be going for Pitfall Trap after that. So yeah, this is looking good. That's not going to play for a whole lot. It's not going to play for a whole lot. So what do we think is coming? Kind of like an incinerating trap. Just delay for a turn. See what they do. They don't really like playing a pitfall until we're getting to the later stages. Alright, so that's it's a good hit. So we could just play out like Serpent Trap maybe. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. We do need to be careful with Curse and Synthesis, but I think we usually get away with it. Will be interesting as well if they get a bit greedy. We maybe want to play Hattori sooner rather than later, actually, because we may well be able to make it so they have no target for Blaze of Glory, which would work out really well. Really well. This is a weird inclusion as well. The Bellwitcher Adept. Okay, I have a plan here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I mean, it still works. I wanted a Pitfall there. That's the only downside to having 4 traps instead of 3. No, the plan here is like, this is just too tempting for a Blood Eagle from Surely. And Blood Eagle will pull the board off. If they choose to Blood Eagle here. Which I think most of the time they do. They gotta get too greedy for it here. Even better. Bricks their raiding fleet now. So at the moment, Eldain's going to play for 15. Can't complain. So Pitfall sounds pretty good, to be honest. Pitfall isn't too bad. We're getting to the point where they need to play stuff. Are they playing their ice now? No, because it's deciding. Harold? Yeah, it's Harold. Okay, perfect time for the Pitfall then. Yeah, I mean, could have played that one out, but I think you know how that one was going. So, yeah, as I say, very toxic deck. Alright, I've been seeing a few people playing a bit more Syndicate. I've noticed this is, Blood Money is typically like a Horson list. And this is the kind of deck we maybe want to be thinking about bleeding a little bit. Don't want to drop you, obviously don't want you in hand, probably don't want that. There is bricks, but I don't think this hand's good enough to win the round. That is though. Perfect. It feels so weird using Sabertooth in round 1, but I've found you kind of need it. Because you're investing more into the... Well, that's tall. Because you're investing more into... You know, the traps and everything. You really need that extra power in round 1, because obviously you're not running like Forest Protector, and you're cutting out some of the other stuff you typically have used in round 1. You know, some of the extra removal options. You know, if you're running like a Dunker or something, none of that anymore, so it's an interesting choice. Are they going to flip that? Or spend on it, rather? Yeah. This could be a pass on 7 situation from them, and if so, that's fine with me. It's fine with me, we just want that long round. Long round where we can get our hand together, and we can just... whatever. Alright, they're trying to play Unitless now, which plays right into my hands because everything they play now is just going to get hit. They maybe just pass here. it would make sense for him to pass here, but I don't know, it lets us get rid of some of the units we don't want to be playing later on. But I think something maybe needs doing about yeah, expect as much. I think something maybe does need doing about like Unitless, because there's a reason why you have a unit cap. It's because things like this are a little toxic to play against. But I mean, like I kind of been saying this season, I'm going a little try hard, so I don't mind abusing the game a little bit for the sake of some MMR, MMR even. Wow, this hand is not that good, not that good. So we'll just play out a couple of cards, just go down to 7, see what we can get out from them. Bit of a shame not seeing Maxi or an era would have really helped in this round. But yeah, the reason there's a unit cap is to stop stuff like this. But when you print cards that like basically work as like a units but act as though they're unitless, so like, I mean, you can look in my graveyard already. We have 4 cards right here that basically operate not like units. You know, you don't really want to kill Pyrotechs. Sabertooth's always an artifact on like your opponent's turn, and Madoc is Madoc. You don't really want to do anything with him except for maybe lock him. And then, you know, you've got cards like Synthesis and Sentinels and Geralt, which is like really expensive of an investment, but it's like 3 power. The only actual like units that like actually operate like normal units are like Maxi, Squirrel, and Eldain. You know, that is what it is. Right, so we're making a bomb here. So yeah, I think someone needs doing, because in effect this deck operates like it basically has like 2-ish units in the list. 3 actually, because of the Dragoon, which obviously is a little bit toxic to play against. A little bit toxic. I mean, I'm not going to complain because I really enjoy playing these style decks. I always kind of ran unitless stuff in like Magic and things like that, so it's the style of deck list I enjoy playing, but I also understand it's really toxic and really infuriating to play against. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is, but I think something does need doing, to be honest. Because you're going to have people moulding before very long. I mean, people are already starting to. Wow. I mean, I don't mind this. Mainly because Madoc's in effect like done his job. Like, I've even been considering, you know, do we want to cut the Madoc package? But then I remember how good the bombs are. And then I kind of changed my mind. And he's almost like a bit of a decoy. Because yeah, they spent the Philippa there, and we're basically going to be getting rid of these bombs in favour of as many traps as we can possibly get, so perfect. So Sentinels need to go back. So we're going to have a couple of bombs in hand. Alright, 3 bombs. Okay, so this is a game where we've definitely not hit the stuff we want. Like, obviously we want Synthesis and Serpent Trap. But we'll make do with what we got. We will make do with what we've got. We're still going unitless. They're really going to struggle to deal with it. So, because if I remember right, this list is basically a bounty list, so it operates off of that, killing units, getting the value, getting coins back, spending the coins to kill more units, kind of thing. And if they can't get away with that, then not a whole lot they can do. Or it could just be a Jocks list for some reason. Okay, fair enough. So I mean, I don't mind Pitfall here. As a lot of their uninteractive stuff is relatively expensive, you know, if they want to play like a Horson or a Cleaver. It's all very expensive stuff. Or it could just be a Shakedown, which is disappointing. But, you know, we can at least kill Jocks. If they spend, you know, I don't mind using a couple of pings. Or not. Or not. So maybe go Hattori. Next. I think with Hattori we want probably a Serpent Trap. But now that that's down, okay, we'll play Crushing. So my reasoning for this is like this is an ideal target for our either Curse or like a Serpent Trap to catch it. I don't expect to go too wide, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't think Crushing Trap gets a huge amount of value, like in and of itself. So once this is the tallest unit, we can play Hattori. It probably baits out some form of removal. Serpent Trap triggers, kills Skewer Tooth, and everybody's happy.
Do not scorch the innocent.
Interesting. We could just keep going Unitless. I actually don't mind that. My concern is just Serpent Trap not triggering time. Yeah, I think we'll go Serpent Trap, because these are going to get knocked down to 4. So they won't be the tallest unit anymore. And they probably have like a Shakedown or something in hand. Or they could just spawn a Shakedown, that also works. Yep. Alright, we'll go for Serpent Trap. And we get it, okay. So Eldain's going to be a, what's this, 18-point finisher. Use leader, get another 4, 6, 10. Got 28 points coming down at the end. So our removal needs to last. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, we'll just Curse of Corruption instead. I don't mind that getting removed. I guess they don't have too much in the way of like a different target, so. And we still have a Karathi for anything else. And Curse is a little nicer to use where you can, since, you know, it's not as conditional. In the same way of like Karathi, you just target something, it's gone. Yep. I always feel so filthy playing this deck, but I'm not going to stop. Yep, that's not a... that's a unit in hand. Okay, so what's that, like a Graydon or something? Yeah, another forfeit, as I say. Very toxic. Very horrible to play against. I'm not even getting to show it off. I'm not even getting to show off what this deck does. That was 15 points that was going to come down and then do the whole leader thing. But I think that proves the point. 2 forfeits in 2 games. Deck's toxic, man. But you'll win most of your games.